Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare, and as you can see, I like cool stuff, and I like cool t-shirts. And that's why today's episode is brought to you by the Etsy shop T-shirts and stuff. And if you got a dark side like myself, I recommend the Dark Ones Closet on Etsy as well. Come on, who doesn't like cool shirts and cool shit? Use the code HORROR13 and save 13% off your order. Would I ever steer you wrong? Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare, and I'm a horror addict. Some of you just watched my review on Blood and Honey, which had a killer bear from our childhood. And now we're doing Unicorn Wars, which has a lot of killer bears from our childhood. Well, kind of. I mean, it's more loosely based on them. It doesn't have the exact ones. That's kind of why I'm wearing this shirt, if you're wondering. It's a Calvin and Hobbes. This is my childhood, but it's like a dark take on it. It's kind of what I was into. I wasn't really that into Winnie the Pooh, to be honest. But okay, so Unicorn Wars. It's not them exactly, but it's basically the Care Bears are at war with My Little Pony in a violent war. Specifically unicorns, but you get the picture. And the Care Bears, they're named after things like Cuddles and Bluey and like Chubby. I don't know, Tubby. They're cute and cuddly. They even have little hearts on everything, like that's their logo. Also, let me know if you can hear me. I'm I'm not the best at this stuff, technical wise. Look, you can even see it. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so they have like I said, they're arrows that they shoot, little hearts on them. They have little heart symbols. They take little hearts for good luck, like the metal. Like it's basically just their thing. They're cute and cuddly, and that's like their whole thing. But at the same time, they're completely going against their nature. And this also is taking a lot of jabs at holy wars that actually have happened in real life. Like, because apparently in the beginning, bears and unicorns shared the forest. They all lived with nature. There's this weird church, and the bears went in there, and they found religion and became God's chosen creature. And the bears claim the unicorns are jealous about this, and therefore, they're at war with each other now. Though, I don't know. The unicorns only look scary when you're seeing it through the point of view of the bear. The unicorns themselves are actually, like I said, they're cute and cuddly and nice too. It's just when the bears see them, they look all scary and dark and shadowy. Because that's what these bears were like taught from life, that the unicorn is the enemy. The only good unicorn is a dead unicorn. There's so many cracks at like Apocalypse Now and Full Metal Jacket in this movie, and a few other war movies as well. Platoon, I believe, had one in there. So if you're like, you've seen a lot of those violent, like kind of scary horror movies, like not horror movies, but war movies that had like war movies that tried to scare you, not just like good action and realisticness, but the ones like really tried to frighten you. That's where this will take. Like Apocalypse Now is a good example. Full Metal Jacket, a lot of that stuff were the ones where they were trying to creep you out. They steal a lot of the references from that. I don't say steal, and more like paying homage to. But yeah, I really like this. It's I saw it in Spanish, so it required subtitles. Um, but I had a good time watching this. It's probably so far it's my favorite animated horror movie of the year. I'm gonna nominate it for an Oscar. Same people who did Bird Boy. That won an Oscar, I think, back in 2018, one of our first ones to win, I believe. I think Coco was the first winner we ever had, but then Bird Boy was the second. So I don't know. I encourage you all to see this because I think I know you have to read. It hasn't been dubbed in English yet. Maybe they'll make an English dubbed. It has been released. You can rent it. I rented it online. You can watch it on Amazon Prime Video. That's how I watched it. It's like I don't know, $2-3 to rent or something. I think it's worth it. It's really gory. It's really violent. Gory kept cracking up because every once in a while you'll see a little animated Care Bear dick. Like there's parts where they're just peeing in the woods. I don't know. She was really into that. She's with her dongs. The unicorns, even though I think they represent like kind of the more pagan religion, they are, violent when violent is brought to them, but they seem to be more at peace. The Care Bears treat each other like shit. Like, not all of them. Most of them are pretty cute and cuddly, but there's some dark-hearted ones that really exploit the other ones, like kind of an innocent nature. And especially Bluey and his brother, like his brother Tubby or Tubbs. He's like a fat one, and then Bluey's just Blue. But Bluey is a little asshole. Like, he's usually second best at everything, but his dad basically taught him, don't be second best. You got to be the best, because like apparently he knows that his mom is leaving his dad for another guy, another bear, and they show flashbacks, and he learned that his dad was, in a sense, he hated his mom for doing that, but like his dad was also pathetic because he wasn't the best. So it was just like all this encouragement for Bluey to be the best, but he's not. Like, I think Snuggles is Sergeant Snuggles or whatever is the best in their platoon. I don't think he's a sergeant. I think he's just a private as well. Private Snuggles. They're all privates. They're all privates. That's what I said about a Care Bear movie. Not really Care Bears, but come on, they make it pretty clear that that's what they're going for. I don't speak Spanish. No, well, I mean, a little. I can understand some things. I don't speak it fluently. That's for sure. There's a lot of Spanish culture where I live, and I learned most of my Spanish in working at Burger King for 3 years, right after when I was in high school, right after high school and during high school. I didn't take Spanish in high school. I took Japanese. Koriwa nani? Wait, that's what is this? Konbanwa. There we go. Good evening. Yeah, you don't use it, you lose it. I don't speak anything other than broken English. Well, but no, this was a really good movie. Really violent, really horrific deaths in this, like, for these cute little characters. Some of them deserve it. Some of them don't. And the unicorns, like, even though you're seeing it through the eyes of the bears most of the movie, it makes it clear that the unicorns just like, dude, just get off our Kool-Aid. There's also apes in this too. The apes are kind of a non-factor, but the apes also kind of worship this weird church house. They're like obsessed with it, but they're still very primitive. Most things are, I guess, in a sense, primitive. The Care Bears are the first to evolve, and it's because they found this weird religion and decided to follow it. There's even a pasture bear that like goes along with them. He's just there to give religious counsel. And like the drill sergeant, and obviously they kind of like steal Full Metal Jacket's drill sergeant. Like, which movie doesn't do that? Cool pick. Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I just want to really spread the word on this one. I think not enough people are going to see it, and that makes me sad. It's really good. I think a lot of people should check it out. Yeah, well, there you go. There's my rating right there. It's a see it. I say see it. Let me move that down so anybody that's coming in can still see the title. Unicorn Wars. But yeah, it's a bunch of cool little. Nah, I wouldn't say most of them are cool, but that's kind of the point. Like bears, and like I said, they're just going against their nature because their nature is to do love and cuddles and cute things, but they're like being told they have to be violent towards the enemy, and the enemy is evil, and it's a lot of that war propaganda brainwashing that every country is implied on its military at one point. No one's hands are completely clean of this. I'm not gonna like spoil a lot. Let's just say Bluey he's like a very jaded character. He's like kind of the main character, and he's not a good bear at all. He's a very bad bear. But you understand how he gets there, and I love that. Like, villains can be, it's okay for villains to be, I wouldn't do what he does, obviously. I like, you don't have to like him, but they're more interesting when you can at least understand them. Bluey, there's a lot of things that push him. Like, first of all, in the movie, I'm just, why is this guy such a dick? A dick to his brother, he's a dick to everybody else. He tries to be tough bear, but it gets him into trouble sometimes because some bears are a little tougher than him, and unicorns are badass in this. They're way tougher than the bears are. It's just the bears have technology, like they have arrows and swords and cannons and spears and stuff and grenades. I don't know how like they don't have machine guns yet, but they have grenades. I guess I guess that would kind of make sense. You just use gunpowder to make explosions before you would have automatic weapons. They're getting to that point. They don't have automatic weapons yet, but they do have firepower. Where the unicorns are more just, like I said, there's kind of supposed to be like the pagans. They're more relaxed with themselves. They don't need to evolve to be happy. Yeah, exactly. Mutual respect for the bad guys is always good. And not all of the Care Bears are bad guys. Like I think their military is at the fault here. They are the bad military, but they don't know that. They're just most of them are just doing. They just got drafted. They got to do what they got to do. They've been told that the unicorns are evil. They're still cute and cuddly and want to spread peace around the land. And they think fighting this war is gonna do that. They don't know that their government, in a sense, is lying to them. Uh, but Bluey, regardless of what that is, he's just a bad egg. Like, he's really a little rotten shit. It's cool. Some shit happens to him, and he just looks really fucked up at the end of this. But it's a cool journey to go there. Like I don't want to spoil. I'm not gonna go spoilers on this one, but if you've seen the movie Eyes Without a Face, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about with Bluey here later. Gory did a great review of Eyes Without a Face. If yeah, go check that out on her channel. But and she liked this movie. She like I said, she was laughing about the dongs and why they're just saying all these obscene shit they say and just the funny ass stuff they do because they're like so cute and cuddly, but at the same time they're ravaged little assholes. And most people don't know they're the villains. Like in real life, like most people think they think they're doing is what they're doing is for the right. And it's just funny though, because there's a part where there's Care Bears like they're eating glowworms. If you remember that toy as well, the glowworms, that makes it a reference appearance in here. And they're warned. They're like, don't eat those. That's basically like kryptonite acid. It's like eating like tree frogs or what, licking a frog to get high. And they just all have a big animated acid trip. It's fucking rad. Like I don't know, animation in this movie is so good. I'm a big fan. It's directed by Alberto Vasquez. I probably butchered that, and I apologize because that's sad. But he did a great job, and yeah, he wrote for. Did he direct Bird Boy? I know he wrote it. No, he didn't direct Bird Boy, but he wrote it. And it's like the same animation team. No, no, wait, he did. He directed it. Okay, Bird Boy: The Forgotten Children, which is also a really good movie. And apparently he had a Unicorn Blood was a short film that he did a long time ago. So yeah, this is his second like full length. He did a bunch of short films, and then he did Bird Boy, and that was in. Now he did this one. I would like to see him do more. Alberto Vasquez. Him and his animation team are pretty top notch. I don't think that they get enough recognition over here in the States. So if you're watching from the States or if you're watching from, the UK or anywhere else, just check it out. I want to say there is a few different languages you can get this in if you don't want Spanish, but English is not quite one of them. I don't remember what the other ones were, but it's good. It's a animation, action, comedy, fantasy, horror, war. It has a lot of genres. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say recommend it. Go out of your way. It's worth a couple of bucks on Amazon Prime. Spread the word. Get those little scary ass Care Bears and unicorns in your hearts. It's I don't know. I'd always kind of like wanted to see it. If you ever watch the show Death Battle, they've had a couple of the My Little Ponies on Death Battle actually, but I don't think they've had a Care Bear on there yet. So it's just kind of fun to see them all go at war. And yeah, I don't got a lot much more to say because I don't want to spoil it. I just wanted y'all to check it out. I wanted to throw some light on it. So thank you for coming in and watching, everybody. After Whale, Ariel, May Ann, Kevin from Haunted by Horror, and anybody who checked out the other stream about Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I don't know. I was doing a Killer Bear. I like to do themes. So this is Killer Bear theme today. And we thought there was no more Killer Bears just because the cocaine ran out. Yeah, Cocaine Bear was also great, but here we go. Here's bears from our childhood who have grown up to be violent pricks One of them, Winnie the Pooh, I said skip it, and I can't recommend it. I don't blame anybody who has a morbid enough curiosity to check it out. I clearly did, but it's not a good movie. Unicorn Wars, I think, is going to be highly unappreciated. So I will want to spread the word out there. And I just want to thank you guys for all spending Mondays with me. Hopefully this Monday thing's working out. If you want to anything else that's like came out recently, like in 2023, even 2022, let me know in the comments, and perhaps maybe I can do those for the live reviews. Obviously, we got Evil Dead Rise coming up. That's gonna be masterpiece. It's coming out on the 21st, though. I'm hoping that my theater will do what they did with Scream and give us the day early, like a Thursday night showing, because Friday the 21st is of April is gonna be Joe Bob's first night back. So I don't want to. I'm not gonna miss Joe Bob. I want to watch Joe Bob regardless. I just don't. I guess I'll have to watch Evil Dead on Saturday if they don't give me a Thursday showing. Anyways, once again, guys, thank you. Uh, thank you all. Check out Unicorn Wars. It's really good. Also, my sponsor, Dark One's Closet. So many cool ass stuff to buy there. A lot of horror merch. So if you got any friends that you want to shop for, I recommend checking out the Dark One's Closet. It's a really good Etsy store. There are links below. Use the code Horror13, and you will save 13%. And I know we got Mother's Day coming up and Gory's birthday, so I'm gonna be buying some stuff off there for her. And I just, if you want to treat yourself or anybody else you know to shop for that loves horror, that's a good place to go. All right. So, anyways, unicorns versus bears. I don't know who you guys liked more as kids. I liked Calvin and Hobbes. Didn't have a show, sadly, but it makes sense. The guy never wanted to really have merchandise to sell. Like, this is obviously not legit merch. I think Steven Spielberg asked several times if he wanted to do a Calvin and Hobbes movie, and he shot him down every time. Steven Spielberg asks you more than once if you can make a movie, and you shoot him down. That's some balls. Anyways, I guess I would root for the ponies. Even in the old days, the old movie was pretty good. And what was it? The 2012 My Little Pony was actually pretty cool. Care Bears, like the old school movie. I liked the Lion. No, I liked the fucking Grumpy Bear. I liked a few of them when I was a kid, but I wasn't that big into either of them, to be honest. All right, I've rambled enough. Cut.